Imagine a world where the rulers weren't kings or warlords, but towering apes, real-life giants who could tear through jungle thickets with a single swing of their massive arms. Long before humans carved tools or built civilizations, there was a time when the forests of ancient Asia echoed with the thunderous footsteps of colossal primates. Welcome to the forgotten empire of Gigantopithecus, the true planet of the apes. These weren't the apes you know from modern zoos. They were beasts that stood over 10 feet tall and weighed nearly half a ton. For centuries, they dominated the dense bamboo forests of what is now China, India, and Southeast Asia. But who were these giants? How did they live, and what brought about their mysterious extinction? The story begins nearly 2 million years ago. While early humans were still learning to control fire, Gigantopithecus had already mastered the forests. Their massive size gave them an advantage. No predator could touch them. Their jaws could crush thick bamboo stalks, and their bulk meant they had little to fear. Fossils of their teeth and jawbones reveal a vegetarian diet built for grinding, suggesting a lifestyle not unlike modern gorillas, peaceful, powerful, and plant-based. But their environment was changing. Slowly, the thick jungles began to recede. As the Ice Age advanced, habitats shrank and competition for resources grew fierce. That's when another species entered the scene, us. Early Homo erectus began migrating through Asia, bringing fire, tools, and a different kind of intelligence. The towering Gigantopithecus, while physically unmatched, lacked the adaptability of their smaller, clever cousins. As forests gave way to grasslands, our ancestors thrived while the great apes struggled. The once invincible giants began to vanish, not because they were hunted into extinction, but because they couldn't keep up with a rapidly changing world. But here's where the mystery deepens. Some believe that the legend of the Yeti or Bigfoot may trace back to ancient encounters with surviving populations of Gigantopithecus. In remote mountain ranges and hidden valleys, stories of massive, human-like creatures persist to this day. Is it possible that remnants of this prehistoric species lingered longer than we ever imagined? What we do know is this: the rise and fall of Gigantopithecus isn't just the story of a giant ape, it's a mirror for our own future. A tale of dominance, climate change, and extinction. These creatures ruled for nearly 2 million years, far longer than modern humans have been around. But in the end, size wasn't enough. When the environment shifted, survival favored adaptability, not strength. The bones of Gigantopithecus lie buried deep in Asian soil, silent witnesses to a forgotten chapter of Earth's history. Their story reminds us that even the mightiest creatures can fall when the world moves faster than they can adapt. And in their fall lies a chilling question. If they, the giants, couldn't survive the changes, will we? What if I told you that thousands of years ago, long before recorded history, Earth was home to real-life giants, not mythical beasts or movie monsters, but colossal apes so massive they made modern gorillas look like toddlers. Welcome to Prehistoric Asia, a forgotten chapter in the planet's history where towering primates once ruled the dense jungles, shaping ecosystems and surviving side by side, or perhaps even in conflict, with our earliest human ancestors. This isn't science fiction. This is the lost reign of Gigantopithecus. Roughly 1 million years ago, deep in the tropical forests of what is now southern China, Thailand, and Vietnam, a creature roamed the land that defied everything we thought we knew about primates. Gigantopithecus blacki, the largest known ape to have ever lived, stood up to 10 feet tall and weighed as much as 1,200 pounds. Imagine a creature with the size of a polar bear and the jaw structure of an orangutan, capable of crushing bamboo with ease. Despite its terrifying size, this behemoth wasn't a predator, it was a giant herbivore, quietly dominating the forests of ancient Asia. But here's where the story turns from fascinating to mysterious. Gigantopithecus leaves behind no complete skeleton, only enormous jawbones and teeth, yet from these clues, scientists have pieced together a haunting picture of a vanished species. The fossils, often discovered in cave systems, suggest this mighty ape once thrived in warm, humid environments rich in vegetation. But around 100,000 years ago, Gigantopithecus disappeared, and nobody knows exactly why. Some scientists believe climate change was the main culprit. As the Ice Age advanced, dense forests gave way to savannas and grasslands, stripping Gigantopithecus of its food source. Others speculate that competition with early humans, like Homo erectus or even Homo sapiens, might have played a role. Did early humans hunt them? Did we drive them away from their habitats? The overlap in fossil timelines between our species and theirs is chillingly close. The jungles may have echoed not just with the cries of these giant apes, but with the first human voices too. But Gigantopithecus wasn't alone. Across ancient Asia, other giant primates evolved in isolation, filling ecological niches now empty. Some species adapted to mountainous terrain, others to riverbanks or island forests. Fossil evidence hints at a surprisingly diverse family tree of megaprimates, cousins to modern apes, yet lost to time. These weren't monsters. They were specialized survivors, perfectly suited to their environment until the climate, and possibly competition, turned against them. Here's where the story gets even more astonishing. Recent DNA analysis of orangutans shows a genetic proximity to Gigantopithecus, suggesting that the modern orangutan may be a distant descendant. In other words, one of the last living relatives of these colossal apes still swings through the treetops today, albeit much smaller and more endangered than ever before. And let's not forget the cultural echoes. Across Southeast Asia, legends persist of giant, hairy forest dwellers, from the Borneo, Bachadat, to the Vietnamese, Nuoi Rung, or forest people. Some believe these tales are cultural memories of Gigantopithecus passed down through generations, long after the last real ones vanished. Could sightings of mysterious primate-like creatures be tied to remnants of this ancient species, or are they merely mythological shadows of a once real and dominant force? Gigantopithecus reminds us of a humbling truth, that we are not the first to walk this earth with intelligence, strength, and dominance. There were once creatures that dwarfed us, that lived, thrived, and then vanished, leaving behind fossilized warnings carved into the bones of prehistory. As we stare into the future and face our own survival challenges, we would do well to remember them. Because if evolution teaches us anything, it's this: no species, no matter how big, how smart, or how dominant, is ever truly safe from extinction.